the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. On the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We got breaking news. Roquan Smith to the Baltimore Ravens. And do the Miami Dolphins want Hunt and Conklin? We're going to get to that and more. But first, this breaking news is brought to you by Mojo Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Mojo Sports, the players stock market where you get to invest in your favorite players or players you don't believe in. You get to bet on their stock to rise or fall with their future projections in their long-term career. Mojo Sports, the link is in the description of the video. Make sure that you go download the app so that you can see how much your favorite players are worth in the market and whether or not you want to invest in them. If you're in New Jersey, you get to invest now. If you're not in New Jersey, you still get to download the app so that you can look at the projections because it could be coming near you very soon. Mojo Sports, ladies and gentlemen, the official sponsor of the breaking news segments. All right. It's in the description section. Go download it now. All right. And we'll get into more of that in a moment. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man. So I got some news for y'all. I could have been live 2 hours ago about all of this, but I had to make a few phone calls on the matter. Earlier we did a stream. And we talked about a potential big trade for the Miami Dolphins. That was verified. That's something that's in the talks and hoping to get done. We shall see. Then all this news came out about Kareem Hunt and Conklin. Unfortunately, I've made my rounds and my phone calls, and nobody's heard any such thing. It's just all over Twitter. I haven't been able to confirm this with anyone that I at least speak to. I think what might have happened here is that Kareem Hunt with Tyreek Hill picture. Tyreek put that on his Instagram, and on Twitter, and some people ran with it and made some things up. I don't know. It could be true. Hunt and Conklin, Miami in talks. But those that I speak to close in the building, they confirmed that conversations are happening about the trade that we talked about earlier. But this Hunt Conklin conversation, they haven't heard a single thing. They don't know where it came from. They said, hey, I'm not going to rule it out, but I haven't heard any such thing, is what was told to me. So I don't know. So, but it doesn't stop us from talking about the potential, because if it is real and the people that I know just don't know, then, man, game on. Game on, man. This would be a massive trade. But furthermore, why it just doesn't make sense. This is what was reported on Twitter. Per source, the Dolphins are in trade talks with the Browns surrounding running back Kareem Hunt and offensive tackle Jack Conklin. That's all fine and dandy on the surface. But then it says Miami is attempting to package players, including tight end Mike Gesicki, okay, cornerback Byron Jones, and picks headlined by their first round pick in 2023. I can see Miami giving up a first round pick because they already got to scramble to see how they can afford a lot of things for the future. But you're going to have to pay some of these guys. And on top of that, you're going to be dealing with dead cap from Byron Jones. Even though you trade him, you still own the dead cap. And after this year, you're going to have dead cap of $5 million for each year for the next 3 years, plus whatever's left over this year. It ain't adding up for me. It ain't adding up for me. I see how it could possibly work, but it doesn't make any financial sense. But it's possible, but it just ain't gonna come in the way of how they got it outlined. So it is possible. What are y'all saying? 1K followers mean it can't be true? No, I don't know how many followers the guy got. Hold on, let me see. But that don't matter. It don't matter how many you got. He got 1,300. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you got. I got 2,000 followers or something like that. No, I'm at 3,500. So I got 3,500 followers. Yeah, I don't think how many you got matters, but it's just a matter of whether you have a track record of providing accurate information or not. So, yeah. Exactly. Dang, I'm at 3,500 on Twitter. Oh, your boy did a little something. Ain't even trying over there. I don't want y'all to go to Twitter, though. I don't want y'all following me on Twitter. Y'all will think I'm a total different person on Twitter. Well, not all the time. Some of the stuff I'm still the same. But yeah, like I said, I haven't heard anything, and it got me calling, and I don't like calling the people I call because I feel like it's a privilege already to be in contact with them. So it just felt weird, but I ain't hearing nothing about it. But the one from this morning though, that one was confirmed that they were in talks. I don't know how it's going right now or whether or not they're going to pull the trigger, but that was confirmed to me that the Miami Dolphins have inquired, not that they've made a trade or agreed in principle, but they have inquired about Bradley Chubb. So that is real, and I know that to be a fact. Okay, but this Hunt and Conklin or whatever, I can't get a verification, y'all. I don't know a single person that has heard of it other than Twitter so far. Okay, so that's my take on that. But I will say this, man. See, this is why this team drives you crazy, right? you do look at, okay, Tua's playing better football, right? We need consistency. We'll see. But you start to feel yourself, right? Then you start to say, ooh, they talk about this move, that move. Hold on now. If y'all want to go all out, now, come on now. If you want to go all out, then go get Conklin. Go get Conklin. That's big time. Go get Bradley Chubb. I'm okay without Hunt. I'll take him, of course. But based off of the capital and all that we got, go get Conklin and go get Bradley Chubb. That's difference making. And I've been telling y'all for 2 weeks now, they ain't finna invest in no real trade, nothing significant. You only do that if you believe in your quarterback. That's the only time you do that. But then they done sucked me in today just hearing all these possibilities. I'm like, even with Tua, man, go get Bradley Chubb and go get Conklin. And even with Tua, we got a chance. We got a chance. Go get them two suckers right there, and we got a chance. You get a certified right tackle with Armstead and Connor and Hunt. I don't care who at left guard at that point. And you go get a Bradley Chubb. Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all, we contenders. 2 people. We contenders. We contenders. And all that went out the window. I don't care if it's with Tua. Go. And he might Flacco. We gonna Flacco 2.0 this boy. Let's go. I said that to somebody earlier. Let's go Flacco 2.0 this. Let's go get that Super Bowl. And right when I said that, Ravens acquire Roquan Smith. Crap, man. That defense gonna be so legit as that secondary is supposedly now healthy. That defense is gonna be so legit at Roquan Smith. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And somebody put on Twitter and they made a great point. They said, wow, the luck of the Dolphins facing Baltimore with like a depleted secondary without Roquan Smith, and then facing the Bears without Roquan Smith. Oh my gosh, man. They done sucked me in. I'm like, go for broke. With Tua, I don't care. Go for broke. Go for broke. Go get these. So even right now, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just tired of it. If you're gonna keep on down this aisle with Tua, walking down the aisle, God dog it, turn and face each other, get the reverend, and go say the vows. And let's put the best team we can around him, because that's the sooner we know, the better. The sooner we know if we can win with everything around him or not, the better. Don't slow pace this. Don't, hey, we made the playoffs, first round exit or second round exit. And because sometimes that's as far as you go, and then the team never is good again. Man. But TD, even if Tua isn't it, get the team together so the next QB is set to win. It don't work like that. As I started to think about it and I put 1 and 2 together, it don't work like that. You get this team together. Think about it. If you go for broke, you done got rid of all your future capital, so you're not trading for nobody big. You ain't trading for no Lamar. You see what I mean? You ain't, no. It's Tua for the next 2 years at a minimum. 2 years as in this year and next year. So even if he ain't the guy, at this point, you got to ride with him anyway. Because your window 2 to 3 years anyway now. This year, next year, and possibly the one after that. But the one after that is going to be either with the new quarterback or Tua on a whole new deal. What if Skyler the guy? You never know. We got to see what their long-term plans are for Skyler. It can be they believe that he can take the mantle when the time come, or maybe not. Maybe not. One thing you do have to realize is, just like San Francisco, we could be adopting the notion of we're not going to live and die off of a quarterback. We create a system that'll make our quarterback look good. So we could do that with anybody. I think Mike McDaniel truly believed that. Mike McDaniel, especially in this system, which is the most quarterback system, friendly system in the NFL, I think he does believe it doesn't matter if I have Teddy, if I have Tua, if I have Skyler. I think that I can create an atmosphere and a team that can win regardless. With the right preparation and a training camp under their belt, I could win with any. Well, most coaches think that they can do it with anybody. That just ain't the case. But he could very well believe that. You don't know what these guys be thinking. They've already spoke very highly of Skyler, but you don't know. They could really be like, hey, man, it's going to be our future. We ain't going to have to pay a quarterback 40, 50 million. You never know. You never know. But right now, it's so irrelevant because this is Tua time. This is every bit of Tua time. And right now, Tua, I believe, will have the reins of this team for the next year and a half. And I can't say that he's going to determine his future with the team because you never know what the plans are. You never know what the plans are. And another thing, I'm waiting, like, quarterbacks are hard to come by. I had this conversation with y'all a long time ago. Quarterbacks are hard, great quarterbacks are hard to come by, and it's also the most nerve-wracking position. Why is that? Let me explain this to y'all. And it sucks, man. It's scary. Watch. So if Tua not the guy, we obviously wasted 5 years at the point that we realize, which is 2 years from now, because they'll probably give him 4 to 5 years, right? You wasted 5 years. That sucks in itself, right? Because other positions, you don't have to give 5 years. You ain't got to give 4. You're lucky if you get 3, and it better be an exceptional situation. So they can move on from you much quicker in other positions, but you got to be sure at quarterback because of what you invested in it to get him in the first place. And if he's not the guy, it sucks. You just wasted 5 years, which is almost like a double rebuild. Next step. No, let's go on the other end. He is the guy. He's as elite as they come, but we still ain't find a quarterback that's elite, that's not on a rookie deal, that has won a Super Bowl. We still ain't find in a top tier, let me not even say elite. Let me say elite, really great, and great. We still ain't find a quarterback in that category that ain't making rookie money that have won a Super Bowl. So even if he ends up being that guy, if he warrants 40, 50 million, we still ain't find one yet. We still ain't find a player, a quarterback yet to win a Super Bowl that ain't making rookie money. Now, the exceptions to the rule are Tom Brady, but he always make 1/3 of what the top quarterbacks make at a maximum. People don't realize, like, Tom Brady be like, when he signed a 2-year, $50 million deal, which you would think is 25 a year. You would think that is 25 a year. How he end up being a $12 million cap hit? Doesn't make sense, does it? How does he end up being a $12 million cap hit? Go look at Matthew Stafford's contract. Massive contract. Your average is pretty much almost 40 plus a year. Why was he? What was Matthew Stafford? Y'all gonna get the point. Matthew Stafford. All right, there we go. So even Matthew Stafford, right? Oh boy, why is this thing taking so long? Crank up. Turn up. Why is he even this year a $13.5 million cap hit? Last year when they won a Super Bowl, y'all, it was even less. It was even less of a cap hit. Because I continue to explain to y'all that these teams are back-ending these quarterbacks' contracts so that they could try to win it all now and load the roster. They're backloading these contracts. The problem for us is we won't be able to backload contracts because we already did. Like Tyreek Hill, he got an annual of $30 million. He ain't making that. He's not making that right now. So these quarterbacks, they put you in scary positions because even if you get your guy, if you don't get it done in that early stage or during that small window, ain't nobody else out here doing it. Nobody. Take a guess what Tyreek Hill's cap hit is this year, y'all. He's supposed to average $30 million a year. Take a guess in the comment section. Hurry up. Don't look it up. That's why it's a guess. Take a guess what Tyreek Hill's cap hit is this year. 13 is the first number on there. That's false. That's too much. 15. You got to go down. Got to go down. 20. Nope. 15. Nope. 6. Close. 6.5 million. 6.5 million is his cap hit this year. 6.5 million. Next year, 31. 31. We already have restructured deals to back in so that we got relief to try to do something now. That's why this was the first year where we were supposed to take advantage and be contenders. Another reason why I'm like, go for it. Bonuses, no sir. Tyreek Hill's base salary is $1 million this year with a signing bonus of $5.1 million. But again, that's the guaranteed money. Signing bonus spread out for the contract. Workout of $100,000 and miscellaneous $250,000. He's a $6 million cap hit. His base salary is $1 million this year. Next year, $31 million cap hit. A $10 million roster bonus. Not restructuring. Oh, Tyreek will restructure. Y'all gotta understand. Anytime somebody restructure is to their benefit. All they doing is cutting them a check in advance of they converting some of that money into guaranteed money so that they can spread it out later. So Tyreek got room to restructure. They gonna add voidable years in 2027, 2028. So that when he's gone, we still be paying for him. Do y'all know we were still paying for Ndamukong Suh about 4 years after he was gone? So, don't give me somebody say he deserves that $31 million. I've been told you ain't no receiver worth $30 million a year, but I will tell you this. He definitely doing a lot. I'll tell you now, I feel like Tyreek, his value so far is 2 games. Tyreek Hill done already guaranteed 2 games, in my opinion. And I ain't trying to knock on Tua, but I'm just saying, some of the balls that's been thrown, Tyreek has beasted, snatched away from defenders, and rerouted in full speed to make it happen. So I ain't gonna lie, $30 million for a receiver, never, but he's showing how you can make the value work, in my opinion. I don't agree with it, but he at least is playing at the maximum. This man, in my opinion, has literally been already worth 2 W's. All I know is if we didn't have Tyreek on this roster and it was still the old Devontae Parker, y'all can lie all you want, but our record would not be what it is right now. Our record would not be what it is right now if you swapped out Tyreek Hill and Devontae Parker. No matter how much you want to fanboy for other people, our record would not be 5-3 if Tyreek went on this roster and Devontae Parker was. Get mad at me all you want. Matter of fact, all y'all, this is the one moment where screw your opinion. I want to say this is a fact. If you don't watch these games, this is as good as a fact. That's obvious. Not to everyone, Julian. It ain't obvious to everyone. TD, are you ready to say Tyreek is more impactful? Here we go. Tyreek is more impactful than Travis Kelce. Bro, give it up. Travis Kelce over there ripping teams apart, man. Travis Kelce's getting in the end zone. I'm just saying, Travis Kelce is dominating the end. Travis Kelce putting up points. Tyreek putting up yards. That may lead to points, but I'm just saying, nah, I still ain't him. Travis Kelce, that dude. Anywho, back to the subject at hand, all right? So, you got the quarterbacks that ain't the guy. They already waste you 4-5 years. You got the quarterback that is the guy. Now you in salary trouble. That's why if Tua is the guy, the problem is he's still got to figure out how to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years while he's still developing. Because once you get your money, now you got to scratch your head and be like, all right, we decided we keeping Tua. Who we not keeping? Let's go through this roster. Who we not keeping? Y'all think that is just as easy as a player going from 8 million to 50 with the snap of a finger and the team just stay the same? It don't work that way. Them 42 million got to be accounted for. Now you could push people money out and don't feel it in the first year or two, but later on, the more you push it out, the worse it's going to be later on. And then you got the worst quarterbacks. The worst quarterbacks are these quarterbacks. These are the ones that literally make your hair turn gray. I'm already getting a few coming in. These are the ones that make your hair turn gray. The ones that are good enough not to be good enough. What does that mean? They are good. They ain't bums. They actually talented to a degree, but they ain't ever going to get you over the hump. They going to always make you feel like you competitive. But they ain't ever going to get you over the hump, and it take you 7 to 11 years to figure that out. It will take you 7 to 11 years to figure that out. And them the ones that waste a decade of your time. Those are the worst. And those are the scary ones. When you stuck in that, yes, the Andy Daltons of the world, the Dak Prescotts, the Tony Romos, guys who got talent, but they ain't ever going to do nothing. And technically, it should have been Russell Wilson. Lucky for him, he came into this league with everything. And I've been telling y'all that for 5 years now. Russell ain't what y'all think. He just came into the perfect situation. He came into the perfect situation, and he didn't cause his team to lose. He went along for the ride, and he played great, efficient football. And when his name was called upon on a play action, he slung that rock and did what he does best. But as far as carrying a team, Russell Wilson ain't never gonna carry a team, and I never believed he could. Great talent. Great guy, but he also has proved to you can win a Super Bowl, but you got to have a historic Legion of Boom and a historic freaking Marshawn Lynch type running game. That's what it takes. So that's why I was talking to EM earlier. I was like, man, you go get Kareem Hunt and Conklin, this running game take off, and you got the receivers you got, and you go get freaking Bradley Chubb and solidify this defense a little more, I don't see why. And Byron, if he come back, maybe why we wouldn't be able to duplicate what Seattle did with the star on top as even better potentially. But those are the scariest quarterbacks. Good enough to not be good enough and can help you win a Super Bowl if you got everything around them. But as soon as they get their money, you're going to think they the same guy with everything around them, and you just keep on scratching your head. Okay, now let's figure this out. Now let's figure that out. No, it's the quarterback the whole time. They just been hidden by all that talent you had around them. If you thought Russell Wilson could carry a team, you're missing it. I've been telling y'all for 4 years now about Russell Wilson. Y'all laughed at me back then. I told y'all before they gave him that second big deal, they need to trade him. What? Just get rid of your best quarterback, your franchise quarterback. I said, yeah. He ain't never going to win nothing. He ain't never getting out the first round. He need everything around him in a perfect situation, running the ball well, play action, rolling out. That's what Russell Wilson need. Without that, he is not a team carrier. He cannot carry a freaking team. Oh, this guy done lost it. He's an idiot. Russell Wilson is elite. Oh my gosh, y'all tripping. Y'all are tripping. See, and this is what I said about Patrick Mahomes, but I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be one of the few that actually can get it done, but I got to wait the next year. I said, y'all slow down on Patrick Mahomes. Let's wait till his money kick in. His money don't kick in until next year, by the way. I said, let's just wait this money kick in first. Then let's evaluate him. I don't want to go off of him when he had a perfect situation. Tyreek, Kelsey, the O-line. And I think he's going to break barriers and still be good. But if you ain't making Super Bowls and doing all that stuff you were doing before, I think he's going to be the exception. He's going to be one of the rarest exceptions, but time will tell. I just tell people caution, well, TD, stop tripping. Mahomes is elite. Yeah, right now. But let's see him when that money kick in. When they got to go through that roster and say, yeah, left guard, we can't do it no more. Yeah, right tackle, we can't do it no more. Let's go get somebody young in the third round. Let's see if we can make it work. And he's running a little bit more for his life. This time it's a different kind of run. I'm telling you, let's wait. It's been proven, man. The science is there on this NFL with these quarterbacks. People want to ignore it, though, because it's the quarterback position. Liam Eichenberg, MCL, so he done for the season. Did they IR him? MCL mean he out for the season, right? Or am I tripping? He done for the season, right? So if that's the case, next man up, but man, what that mean? Who is the next man up? Which man is the next man? Who is the next man up? But elite quarterbacks are rare, y'all. And then on top of it, playing at the elite level, that's rare in itself. That's rare in itself. It's one of the rarest things. That's why I told you, you don't have to be elite. You just got to be 3 categories. You got to be elite, you got to be really great, or just great. Y'all know my 10-prong. Matter of fact, tomorrow probably we're going to do a stream together, and y'all going to do it with me. We're going to recreate this right here tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do a stream together, and we're going to recreate this. This was last year's, y'all. This was last year's. And this is last year before the season. This wasn't after the Super Bowl was won and all of that. This was before the season. This is our last year's. And when we updated this year, some people going to move up, some people going to move down. We're going to recreate this tomorrow. Hopefully we got time to do it tomorrow. And y'all going to see my thought process when I do it. Do a few now, TD. I can't. We're taking the kids again to another Halloween thing in about 20 minutes. And I don't want to, get into all the logistics and trying to do all that. This list is changing big time. Well, T Rich, maybe not to the effect that you think. See, people have to understand the rules of this list to begin with. If you're in green, then it's tentative. What green means, so let me explain how I evaluate. This is how I do it. If you're in black, you're no longer on your rookie deal. Okay? And if you're in black, you're already at your maximum potential, in my opinion. I already have you listed at your maximum potential, and your floor is 2 levels under it. So your floor. Now that don't mean you ain't gonna have a below average game. I'm talking about all around. Those that are in black aren't on a rookie deal, and that is their maximum potential based off of their career, not this year or last year, their whole career. And their floor is 2 levels down. Now, those in green are on a rookie deal. They're the ones who can move freely as we go. They're the ones that we don't lock in because they're still writing their rookie stories. But as of right now, their ceiling is 2 levels above what they are. Their ceiling. I'm not saying they can't have elite moments, but their overall play, their ceiling is 2 levels above. But while they're in green, they could move up and down. Like, take, for instance, you see how Tua is average? Right now, Tua has earned the right to go to above average, which means I have his ceiling at really good, which puts his ceiling at being a quarterback that could win a Super Bowl to me, which I never thought that he'd even get to that point. Tua isn't average. He was average on this list last year. Right now, I feel like his whole career is above average. Remember, this is your career. This is your career, not 3 good games in 2022. So I need this. So actually, I know y'all see this as 8 tiers, but there's actually 10 tiers. I cut the bottom off. The fair down there that you can barely see. Let me remove this real quick. Drew Lock is there. There's actually 10 tiers. Below average, fair, poor, and trash are the bottom 2. But I cut it off because I ain't want to, embarrass nobody. And these are only with starting quarterbacks in that year. So when we redo this, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. All right. That's unfair to allow first 2 years to skew results. No, it's not, T Rich. You get an evaluation out of all of it. And y'all give me a second. It's the wife. Make sure it ain't emergency. All right, my bad. This is the career, okay? And it's not, let me tell you something. I'm not skewing any results. Tua's first 2 years has to be counted, but I did use discretion. Just like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. If we go off of Herbert's first 2 years, he would already be one of the top ones. But he's just that good because I also understand the offensive weapons and everything that he had. But I also understand the defense was trash. But I'm just saying, I think everybody on here as of last year are in their appropriate categories. Everybody on here is in their appropriate category. So I think that this is fair. I think it's fair. I really don't think I'm off on this list, but it's opinion based. Tom Brady should stand alone. Well, you got to think about it. Look at Patrick Mahomes' resume. How many years he been in the league? In every year, deep playoff run, hasn't missed the beat, has been a major part of it. And I know he's had everything around him, but he still hasn't missed the mark. And there are times he's even carried that team and done miraculous things. Kirk Cousins, really good. Wow, that's his ceiling. That means Kirk Cousins on a normal is above average. Remember, everybody in black, typically move them down 2 spaces. That's their average play. But their ceiling is, well, this is already where their ceiling is. So Tom Brady's ceiling is elite, but typically he's really good. Those that are in black already got the 2-tier kicker as their ceiling. Those that are in green don't have the kicker yet because we haven't put them in black yet. They're going to continue to move. So those in green, they have a ceiling up 2 levels and they have a floor down 2 levels. We just don't know yet. They got to write their story, their beginning story. And I'm sorry, why wouldn't Kirk Cousins' ceiling be really good? He's been really good every year. He's been really good every year. Y'all better go take a look at Kirk Cousins. So Ben in his career is really good. His ceiling, you disputing that? Are you disputing that? Did Big Ben win a Super Bowl? Did he not play great football for the Pittsburgh Steelers? TD is nuts having 2 at average. He's better than a lot of the guys higher on the list. You tell me who higher than him, who was Tua better than last year that's higher than him on this list. You done lost your mind. With Tua's first 2 years, you tell me who on this list that's higher was better than him. Ain't nobody talking about this year. That's y'all problem. Y'all so stuck on this year. You're so stuck on 3 good games. You're so enamored by 3 good games that y'all done already forgot about the first 2 years. Some of y'all can't follow simple directions. This is their freaking career, not the 3 games that he played well this year. Please tell me who on here, please, who on here was better than Tua? I mean, Tua was better than Sam Darnold. Once again, can't follow simple instructions. Where is Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold is above average on here. That is his ceiling because he's in black. Sam Darnold's ceiling is above average because he's in black, not green. Some of y'all can't follow simple instructions. You cannot tell me Sam Darnold's ceiling wasn't above average, which means he's a below average quarterback. If you offer your rookie contract, you're in black at your ceiling. What you're on here as is your ceiling. Simple instructions. So what that means is Tua's ceiling right now is good on this list, which is above Sam Darnold's. Why would I change the chart? The chart. I just gave you the rules of it. It's simple. How you going to disagree with the rules? All you got to do is follow them and you'll understand them. It's crazy to me. Cam Newton, what about him? Super Bowl Cam Newton? MVP Cam Newton? His career, he was a good quarterback. Dang, boy, y'all getting y'all feelings because Tua's listed as average on here, which means his ceiling is good. But this year, when I redo it, I told you he going to be on here as above average, which makes his ceiling as a career quarterback really good. And all you got to be is in the elite, great, or really good, and I believe you can win a Super Bowl. And that's the tier that his whole career so far is at right now. Teddy Bridgewater, good. That's right. That's his ceiling. He's typically an average quarterback, but he's in black. So 2 levels up is good as his ceiling. And on top of it, y'all take a poop on Teddy Bridgewater. Go look at Teddy Bridgewater. Go look at his numbers in his career. Go look at when he was over there and when he got hurt, how he was the 7th ranked quarterback in the NFL the year he got hurt. I'm not mad at your list, TD. If we don't like it, we have a right to make our own. I rock with yours. Yeah, you can make your own. My thing is people trying to criticize saying that, like for instance, Sam Darnold. How is Sam Darnold above Tua? Because you don't pay attention to the rules. If you're in black, that means you're no longer on your rookie contract, which means whatever you're in black is your ceiling. Don't mean that's what you operate all the time. You operate 2 levels lower. Sam Darnold is a below average quarterback, and his ceiling in any given moment is above average, which makes Tua actually above him because Tua's in green. And Tua's ceiling is good, which is going to be elevated at least as of so far this year. All right. Where does Deshaun Watson go? He wasn't on the list because he didn't play. This was all the starting quarterbacks last year. I'm not going to put him on when we do it tomorrow because he ain't play. I got to see him play. But if I was just to take his career so far, and he's off of his rookie deal now, I would have to put Deshaun Watson I would have to put him at great. I would have to put Watson at great. It could be debated of really good. It could be debated of the really good status. And technically, I would probably have to lean a little bit towards really good. I would probably have to lean more towards really good. Because everything goes into a player's evaluation. Deshaun Watson now will be missing over 1.5 years of football. And that ain't no different from somebody getting injured on the field. You ain't there for your team, your availability. TD, you got to get 2 out of that average column already. This ain't editable. I got to, this isn't editable right now. What time is it? Oh, I got to get ready to get up out of here. But again, it don't matter. When I put Tua in green at above average, they're going to complain about that too. They're going to complain about that too. They're going to be like, put Tua at good. That's what his career so far has been. That way his ceiling right now is great. No. I mean, they ain't going to be satisfied unless I put Tua at elite in green. So then his ceiling is off the chart. Lord. Well, this is fair. But the good thing about those in green, we can adjust it week by week. We can adjust it week by week. So, really good with Asher. Yeah. Okay. All right. TDPHINSTALK 2 PFF grade is 87.6. Man, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. I just hope he can maintain that. Hopefully he can grow it up the next 3 weeks. He should be able to boost it up even more. Maybe get over 90 after 3 weeks. And I want to see how he maintains it in the last 6 games. That'll be very interesting. Are you going to talk about Tua's PFF grade? I usually go over PFF on Tuesdays, do a whole show on the whole team, and then start getting in the film Tuesday night or Wednesday. So we usually have that schedule because I don't just go off of PFF grades right away. There's too much raw data. So I like to break it down and actually look at the picture of the team because PFF can tell you a little bit about the team's identity as well. All right. Tua is elite at being good. Now, Tua is definitely shows some improvement. And I'm going to tell you this, it ain't just because of Tyreek Hill. He's obviously showed some great improvement. It's just for me personally, I'm waiting on those situations that I know that he struggles in. let me see the improvement there. The only issue is you're only going to get those opportunities 2 to 3 times in a season, and pretty much every week in the playoffs, with the exception of maybe the first round. After the first round, you're going to get it. You're going to get it in every round after that. The best of the best game planning against you. So we're not worried about postseason yet because he's never been there. But, those 2 or 3 games will be coming in the last 6 games. And we want to see how he plays in those moments. And if he plays great football in those moments, man, you can really appreciate his true growth. I know y'all get mad at me because I can care less about, Licking Elite versus the Lions. It's just how I am. But he'll have those games where you'll really feel like he's that dude if he can execute well in those moments. Anyway, I got to get out of here, take these kids to this Halloween event. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Y'all know I'm streaming Monday Night Football. So y'all come through tonight. We'll chat it up a little bit. We got the Bengals Browns, and that's will be a good game to watch because I want to see how Joe Burrow reacts to not having Jamar Chase, how he plays, and I also want to see how the Browns see if they can give him fits or not. Because the Browns, they got to start winning if they're going to have a shot whenever Deshaun comes back. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Peace. I am out. Love y'all so much.